Boys and girls, I'm here today with one of our new letters, Mr. V. And Mr. V is special because he has a violet velvet vest. And for those of you that are not quite sure what a vest is, if you look here where it's violet colored, you'll see he has no sleeves, and that's a vest. And the velvet material is something that Santa Claus wears. It's a nice soft material. Capital V and lowercase v are very similar. You make them the same strokes, but the lowercase letter is smaller. They are matching. If you look closely at Mr. V here, you'll see he's holding something on a little chain there. It looks like it's a pocket watch, but it's the lowercase v. We always make our letters in the color red. So boys and girls, the sound V makes is V, V. Like when you think of something like this, a booming sound, or something like a vacuum cleaner would make that kind of a sound. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. This is the story about the letter V. It's a funny story about a vacuum cleaner salesman. So listen closely because I'm going to ask a couple questions after the story. Ernie and the vacuum salesman. One day, Ernie's bell rang. A salesman stepped in. "Good day, sir," he said, with a very wide grin. "I'm selling this vacuum. You can't live without it. It cleans like a dream. There's no doubt about it." So there's the vacuum cleaner. It looks like a very fancy vacuum cleaner. "Yes, sir," said the man in a velvety voice. "This wondrous machine is the vacuum of choice." Then he turned the thing on. A loud noise filled the place. It sucked up some violets, including the vase. "Turn it off," Ernie cried, but then the man didn't hear him. Then it sucked up a volleyball lying right near him. There's Ernie's volleyball getting sucked up. It sucked up some videos, then a bottle of varnish, then a big plate of vegetables, even the garnish. Vitamins, vinegar, a violin too. Even a Valentine that said, "I love you." Ernie sprang to the vacuum and turned the thing off. It gave a loud sputter and then a small cough. "No, thank you," said Ernie. He showed him the door. "Wait," said his visitor. "There's just one thing more." Then he opened his vest. "For a very small fee, perhaps I could sell you this nice letter V." So boys and girls, I have a couple questions for you. Think about some of the things that the vacuum cleaner sucked up. It sucked up one of these, and it was full of special kind of flowers that starts with a V. They weren't daisies. They were violets. They sucked up the violets. What kind of ball? It's lots of fun. And that's a good idea maybe now that the weather's getting nice. Maybe you can go out and kick your ball around. It's not just any kind of ball. It starts with the letter V. It's not a basketball. It's a volleyball. It also sucked up some things you might put on your TV to watch if you have a special movie. Video starts with the letter V. Something that you take to stay healthy. Your mom or someone might give it to you and your family in the morning to take with a glass of milk or a glass of water. A vitamin. I know a lot of you take your vitamins every morning. It sucked up the vitamins. It sucked up some other things that started with the V. And Ernie was getting very, very, very upset. So he said, "Shut it off." The man was visiting. That's a V word, visiting. He was visiting. He said, "I have one more thing. Can I just sell you this letter V?" So boys and girls, Mr. V would like to sing a song to you, and he's going to talk about being a vacuum cleaner salesman, or maybe even the vice president.
And now, announcing our visitor with the violet velvet vest, Mr. V. Thank you, thank you. I am Mr. V with a very special vest. And my very special vest is my very best. I am Mr. V with a very special velvet vest. And my very special velvet vest is my very, very best. I am Mr. V with a very special violet velvet vest. And my very special violet velvet vest is my very, very, very best. I am Mr. V with a great variety of very special violet velvet vests. And my great variety of very special violet velvet vests is my very, 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 very best. I am Mr. V with a velvet vest. There's no vice president or veterinarian or vacuum cleaner salesman or vegetarian who has ever had such a great variety of very special violet velvet vests, which are my very, 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 best. Mr. V's violet velvet vest.
So boys and girls, Mr. V is a visitor. And I just pulled out this story to share with you because I know both classes have been watching the videos and we did the letter people with Mr. V. But this is our friend Vinny the Vulture. And this story is about what should I be? And vulture starts with the V. So it's a story about Vinny. One day Vinny Vulture went out for a stroll in a very small town which was called Jackson's Hole. He saw many people as he walked down the street, like Cosmic the Clown with his great big red feet. His friend Gilbert the Goat was collecting the trash, while Gordon the Gardener was cutting the grass. Vernon the veterinarian was treating a cat, while Carrie the cook was preparing a snack. Quiet Queen Quintella was making a new rule, while Corey, the custodian, was cleaning the school. As Vinny walked on down the main street of town, he thought to himself and started to frown. What should I do to help everyone out? What should my job be? Vinny wondered out loud. Then, all of a sudden, the answer was clear. I know what I'll be, a great volunteer. And volunteer starts with the letter V. Boys and girls, a volunteer is someone who offers their time freely. That we sometimes have volunteers on the circle. When you raise your hand to give an answer, you are volunteering. Or maybe you volunteer to help out with snack or for cleanup. That's what a volunteer is. This is a story about people in our neighborhood. We already had a big lesson on community helpers. I have just a couple questions before we close for today about the story. What was the name of the place that Vinny went to visit? I think it was right in the beginning of the story. It was called Jackson's Hole. So if you said Jackson's Hole, you were right. Which worker would help you if your dog was sick? What helper helps a sick dog? If you said it's a V word, sometimes we just say the vet, but the word is veterinarian. You're correct, a veterinarian. What was Gordon the gardener doing in the story? What was Gordon doing? If you said he was cutting the grass, that's correct. What did Vinny decide to do at the end of the story? He decided to become a volunteer. So boys and girls, we're going to end with this. Miss Erin's going to ask you to volunteer to do something very kind for someone at home. Volunteer to pick up your toys or clean up something in the garage. Volunteer something special, and I'll see you again real soon.